Hey YouTube, it is your girl and I am here with a really quick makeup kit tip video. I have mentioned in a previous video that I do have higher end brands like MAC and Bobbi Brown, and I'm just looking over here in my little makeup area and things like that in my kit, but there are some things that you can skimp on. I'm gonna just go from up to down. So let's start off with the eyebrows. I love MAC brow pencils. I really do. That's like my #1 go-to brow pencil. But if you cannot afford MAC eyebrow pencils, definitely go with a powder. I don't like using the powder all the time, especially if I'm on set, because so much is going on. You know, more than likely the actress is going to be on the phone. She's going to be on Instagram, on Twitter, or whatever, and she's just going to be doing or going over her lines, whatever, and I need for you to be still in order for me to line it properly with an angle brush and some powder. Whereas with the pencil, I can just kind of just sketch it in and go, and we're done. But definitely a powder. Powders from Milani and NYX Cosmetics are kind of like my side ones that I use. Again, if you can't afford like MAC, Cork, and Espresso and things like that, then definitely check out something like Milani. Things that I can skip on is mascara. Mascara, I'm not going to bring out my Dior Show, my $25 mascara on set, or keep in my kit. I actually keep CoverGirl Lash Splash, and that works perfect for me. Let's see. Lashes, I don't bring my MAC lashes. Those are like $8 and $10 or something like that. I definitely get the lashes for like $1 at Nigel's Beauty, things like that. I use the Ardell, the cherry lashes. They work great. Let's see, something that is great to have that's higher end that I don't skimp on is foundation. Foundation. I actually prefer the higher end brand foundations. So there are some that I can get away with, but then there's some that I need the cream of the crop. Cream of the crop, I actually use MAC full coverage. I don't use Studio Tech and Studio Fix and Mineralized Skin Finish and all that jazz. I use MAC full coverage because it's buildable, you can thin it out, and it is a concealer. It's a concealer. If you buy MAC concealers in the pot, the full coverage foundation is just a bigger version of that concealer in a pot. So I have those in my kit. When some of my clients, they have just different undertones. They may have more olive or even more a really deep red undertone. I tend to go to L'Oreal. I use L'Oreal True Blend or True Match or things like that. I can definitely use that in place of my MAC, especially if it's not working. For my women of color, I've been using like the Black Opal, the sticks. I depot those and I put them in a jar, and they're in my kit. Something that I can definitely not have higher in, blush. I have fallen in love with City Colors blush. It's a really cheap, reasonable makeup company. It's so pigmented and so rich. Like when I use it, I can use it on myself, on women of color, and it works great. Sometimes it is a little bit too much, even though I'm using it with a light, fluffy, the fluffiest brush that I have. When I use it on someone that has very pale, really white skin tone, a dupe that I use for them, what is it called? Physicians Formula. You know, yeah, that is kind of expensive though, but Physicians Formula works just fine. Something that I don't skimp on, lipsticks. I have a wide range of lipsticks. I do use the OCC lip tars, and I do use MAC lipsticks. I can get away with using NYX Cosmetics lipsticks for the most part, but for really the most part, it's MAC. I use MAC lipsticks. Gloss, any cheap gloss, because I tend to carry lipsticks and I depot them more than I carry lip gloss, because you can take a lipstick and you can just blend it around and make a color and then add a gloss, and then boom, you have a lip gloss. Some things, now there are some things that are basic essentials that I need that I just can't skimp on, and there isn't a dupe for it. The Mayron Skin Prep, I have to have it in my kit. It's only $10. but there's no dupe for it, so it primes the skin. My primers, I do not skimp on. I do not find a dupe for it. I have different primers from the Smashbox primer, the MAC primers. Yeah, I tend to go higher end because the canvas, having flawless skin is like, for me, it's like the key. Yes, the eyes are great, but if the foundation and your stuff is just all, no, it can't be all jacked up. No, it has to be more flawless than even your eyes. For me, when I do my makeup, that's my style. So definitely the canvas that I'm working on, it has to be primed and prepped and moisturized. Moisturizers that I use in my kit, Philosophy. It's not really cheap, but whenever Sephora has them, like little travel sizes and things like that, that's what I get. Now keep in mind that this is my kit and I have to carry this stuff and I have a bad back, so a lot of my things are travel size, or I'll buy the big items and then I'll put them in little travel sizes that you can get from like CVS and things like that. And I just put them in there so I don't have to carry everything with me, and I label everything thoroughly. But let's see, alcohol, primer, moisturizer, covered foundations, concealers. A good one to have but not mandatory are correctors. They kind of are mandatory depending on what, you know, if you're doing something for a photo shoot or they're going to be taking a lot of pictures, or if you're doing something for film. Those correctors are a lifesaver. I've tried some lower end ones from like Coastal Scents, but no. I tried some from like, what is it called? Physicians Formula. No. So I definitely use MAC Lys. I cannot pronounce it, so excuse me. I think it's Lys Water or Lies Water. It's probably French or something. That's why I'm going to butcher it because I don't speak French. And then the salmon one from Eva Pearl, definitely mandatory to have in my kit. Again, flawless foundation is key. Highlighters and things like that, you can definitely use dupes. Lip liners. Now, again, I started off my kit with MAC. I ventured over to Stila lip liners, and I ended up at NYX. Most of my liners are from NYX Cosmetics. Those are great. Those are really great lip liners. I'm trying to look at my face and make sure I went over everything. Lashes, eyeshadows, just for the sake of me having a kit and being able to charge a little bit more for in my pricing, I use MAC eyeshadows. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely use MAC, but I do have some dupes I get from Star Makeup Haven, I believe. I will try to include the information in the description box because I haven't purchased anything for so long. Star Makeup Haven, they look like MAC, but they're not MAC. But they have great pigmentation to them. And I know in a previous video or another video I mentioned having things in your kit and kind of making it look like it's MAC. So I keep everything in one small little kit and it looks like it's MAC. There's a color that is so close to Stars and Rockets, but it's not Stars and Rockets. I may have paid $2 for it, but it looks like MAC. So I'm able to kind of get away with things like that. If you don't have money for the MAC ones, definitely check out Inglots. Inglots has great eyeshadows. Urban Decay, although they are still kind of pricey. So definitely, I guess if the cheaper ones, I would definitely say Inglots. Lipstick, lip gloss, foundation, primers. I'm trying to just go over everything in my head. I didn't write this down, and this is just something that someone just asked me like a few minutes ago. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it as far as things that I get away with and things that I really have to have higher end brand. Eyeshadow primers, paint. Yeah, I use the paint pots, but like I've been trying the Milani eyeshadow primer. It's okay, but it's no Lime Crime. Lime Crime is like my end all be all. And then if I don't have my Lime Crime, then my Urban Decay Primer Potion is like my eyeshadow primer. Things kind of, then this is just a basic kit. Now, if we are talking has to be waterproof, if we're talking like I'm doing a shoot for someone that's going to go underwater, or we're talking like regular like bridal makeup and things like that, then this video does not apply because there are a lot of things depending on like what I'm doing and who my client is, that just cannot be duped, and I have to have the higher end brand stuff for it. But there are some minor things, like I've been trying things from Ruby Kisses and what is it, Kiss New York, that they have a really good waterproof liner, and I'm really happy with it. But I tend to have more the higher end. I don't even know if it's higher end, but I have fallen in love with the Bare, is it Bare Essentials? No, it's Buxom. Buxom liners. I've fallen in love with them because they're like smudge proof and waterproof and things like that. I've tried the Urban Decay ones and I actually don't like them because they're too soft. But yeah, so hopefully like this information helps, and if you have any more questions regarding makeup and my kit and how I do different set makeup and things like that, definitely leave a comment below. Talk to you guys later. Bye.